I'm still wearing my starving artist outfit from there. So I am good to go. Okay. Let's get this set up right. There we go. Last week, we had this problem of worms and cools going on. We had a lot of, how do you get this, this big chicken, to stand out when it's all the values are about the same. And working against worms and cools is really probably the only way you could do it, except for like brush edges, sharpness, and things like that would have helped. Well, it does helps bring the leaves, feathers forward. So that helped there. But there's probably still some things to do on this thing. There's a lot of nudging and stuff to go around, but it was fun. Blue herons are always fun to paint. They're kind of exciting. And there were some really good ones done in the class. I think Char did a nice one. Kathleen, of course, did a good one. And then we were always waiting on Lisa P. for another month or so.
That's a lot of feathers.
I know. In each one, you got to get the vein in each one.
Yeah.
And then each stridation. And then, it's a lot of work. Anyway, let's get this guy out of here. We can go on to something bigger and better things. We're moving on to a cow. Sorry about doing another animal and stuff, but sometimes it just happens that way when I run across something that has some things I could be nice to teach or talk about. And this cow I thought was very excellent. I love it, I love the reflective colors on him. Kind of reminds me a lot of painting my dogs and stuff because he's white and and a lot of he's reflecting a lot of colors around him. And we usually have fun with those kind of things. I know we did a horse coat last year like this that had a lot of color in him, but it was a little more subdued than this. But it was a lot of fun. And everybody does well. So if everybody does well, we'll keep painting things like that. If you don't, everybody sucks at it, we'll move on real quick. So when we do water, we'll be doing water again pretty soon here. So I figure a nice landscape and a cow would be great. He's a big cow too. So anyway, let's see. So let me pull it up. And we'll talk some more about it. What did I just do? Here we come. All right. Well, values is kind of interesting to look at on this guy because of how much color there is. You can find that, this is like a mid-tone painting. I mean, it's really, there's, all these grays and everything in them. There's, we don't get down too far. We probably get some 8s for some of these little teeny darker areas, maybe in the nose, that kind of stuff. But mostly everything's going to be like from 7s to 2s, kind of like maybe even not to 2s, maybe to 3s. But that's just, the impact of the color is going to raise up the scale here. Is going to go pretty high up here to at least, like I would say, like some of these yellow grasses are definitely in the 2 range and stuff. Of course, the sky is closer to a 2. So it looks like that. I mean, that's pretty good. You don't have to mix up, those 1s and 0s and the very dark ones. We're pretty good that way. And you can see how well he does pop out of there. I mean, it's really one of the things to look at when you're, painting this is to find these light areas, that are going and make sure that these guys work for you and they can really, you know, uh, pop the beast out of these areas and stuff. Really, you know, do figure, find the animal. So that's what most of these lights do. He's very dark, even when he's kind of reddish and orange and stuff. He's going up against lighter greens and things like that. So he still pops out. He does fade down in here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that that color there kind of goes up here and takes up his whole body. Um, and then you got the light colors, just the shafts of light coming through to, you know, do a nice piece of work to really help carve them out of that area, even though it's still had a lot of shadows going through it. Sorry, I got a little tickle in my throat still. Okay, there we go. Color wise, yeah. Yeah, you can see those yellow greens back in here from these trees back here. I really like those. I thought those were, um, had a some real nice color going on in here, going up there. And then, yeah, even back in here. I was going to tell you, if you look back in here, just take this little, 1 sec. Let me clear that up. Okay, you take this little section right here of color, all those greens, those yellows, those blues, those purples, and they were just thrown into this beast. They are all in here. You can find all these worms in here. You can find the yellows and the oranges and stuff up here. You're going to find some greens on the outside. You're going to find those blues in the highlights, the sky, and purples and everything. They're all right in this beast. So color mixing should be pretty easy because we're just going to be going a little lighter on everything, and just a little more lighter on everything, and a little more lighter on everything. That's about it. Every midtones probably, are going to have a lot more white in them. We'll try to push the yellows, especially in the yellow areas and stuff. We'll push that in there nice and strong. And then you got the purples. Yeah, yeah, definitely look at these purples right here that are right underneath this cloud and stuff. I think those are going to be all these highlights going in this guy. Really, real close to that value, even maybe too. So that's pretty, that's going to be kind of fun. Just making sure that those colors work with the beast so they don't stand out as being wrong, because that's one of the things I always see when I see take a look around the web and stuff on Facebook and stuff. You see people's paintings go up, and it's usually in those purples. I find there's a question, usually if it's cool enough or it's too warm, and that's what we'll be trying to work on today. Definitely see these cool blues and purples back in here, and even these blues and purples right in there. You see how tight those guys are, with the greens in that area. That's those are just really nice colors going together. Yeah, especially they just kind of wash behind them and like that. That's really nice. Um, so and that's it. Any design wise, yeah, he's a little bit in the middle. There's not much you can do. I mean, if we could slide him over a hair, which, it would be easy to slide him over just a touch, would be good. But sometimes, there's nothing to do. He's right in the middle. He sort of moves everything out, but his head's out of right here is not right here in the middle. It's, it is off center a little bit, and which pulls his body off center, and his leg feeling like there's some motion there is also another thing that can pull this guy out of the middle, just because of that feeling that he's coming at you. We could put some horns on this guy too. Just some nice horns, and it could be fun. We didn't
Like
do that. just thinking, what else? Colors definitely in the ground. You a lot of warmth and a lot of reds, a lot of muted red greens. There are a lot of grayed out red greens down here by his feet. There's got a lot of red greens, and then you got these purple greens and things going into him. So, and then you got this really, even this one back here. Look how strong that little shadow shaft is right there. That's really caused by the contrast of the light right around it. These two should be the same, are going to be the same value. If to make this work, you don't want this too dark back there because that will throw it off visually. So nothing else, it should be the same value, if not a half step lighter. And a lot of times, the only reason it looks that much darker is just because of the lights around it. So, otherwise, let's see. I don't think we can really get defined in here. If we come in here's face, yeah, we can see a few things around his nose and highlights around his nose, and a little bit of coloration going up his up his not up his brow here, stuff coming down and stuff. Eyes, you don't see much there. I mean, really, they're pretty dark off to the sides there. You don't even see highlights in them. Sometimes I'll put a highlight in them just to give it a little life because they are kind of dead. And if you do, they're always going to be up high. They're not in being in the middle. Just be up there, way up there, and just right below their eyelid. Just a touch scratch of light, and that's all I would do. Anything else here? Hair in the ears looks good. Everything else looks pretty good. Like I said, color wise, just this little section of color back in here pretty much is the same as what's ever in this cow. So mixes should be halfway easy. But those are, what we'll shoot for. Who we got else? Okay. Well, you guys ready to start? You
Yep.
guys probably halfway there already. Okay. Let's get over there. Here we go. Our colors, pretty much the colors we've always used. We haven't changed those yet. White, titanium white, cad yellow light, cad red light, cad orange. This is yellow ochre, and it's really yellow ochre finally. This is oxide, light oxide red. Light oxide red. See, if I would have probably said the name of the paint right from the very beginning, I wouldn't be having this problem I have with that and transparent oxide. Okay. Here we got alizarin crimson. This is cobalt blue hue. A Utrecht. Phthalo green on the blue side. And this is transparent oxide red. We'll be needing some big brushes, some synthetics, and some bristle brushes for this one. Should be fun. I'm not going to paint a big one on this one. I'm painting a smaller 12 by 16. And the reasoning is I want my brush strokes. I want to kind of put in some big gooey kind of brush strokes. And I think it doesn't have to be really big So I want the brush strokes to show off. So when you come in on a painting and things, sometimes the smaller paintings, the big brush strokes on the smaller paintings will have more impact. So I'm always kind of looking at that too when I'm painting. You know, how do I want this really to look in the end? I don't think I can. If it goes bonkers, people just love it, to death and things like that. Maybe I'll just say, you can always say that this was a sketch and that I can do a bigger one. Usually when I do that, they never turn out as good as a sketch. I always like the sketch better. That's just the way it is. Just seems like everything came out of it right, and then you're happy with it. So, so let's get this set. There we go. So we're going to be looking at this guy's face a little bit and pulling out some colors. Got a lot of yellows and oranges in it, in him. You got a lot of, purples too, and some grayed out ones. Those are the ones I usually see first. Those are these grayed out stripes and shadows. The ones on the ground and the one in the cow going to be very similar. I think the only difference is I think in the cow will probably just keep a little more red in the side. So, and then a little more green on the ground. So let's go with that color first. Let's mix up that color, green and red. But I'm going to go with oxide red. Light oxide red. So I'm going to go with green out first. And then the regular light oxide red, or Terra Rosa, or a Venetian. This is. And I'm going to lean it towards the red side because I think it won't, because of the green so strong, even if it'll look red here. But as soon as you add white to this color, the green will just overpower the red a little bit. So I'm going to leave this one kind of a little bit more on the red side. That's a little more on the green side. This can work down in here pretty nicely. Now what I'm going to do is do this one is the front one is green. This area here, and have a lot more green in it. The back here is going to be just a little bit more blue. The one I'm looking at, the shadow I'm talking about, going behind him. These colors definitely going to find their way into the cow too. So to do this, I'm going to do that same colors, the same two colors. Well, except for I'm going to do blue instead of green with oxide red. Oxide red and blue, light oxide red and blue. You find out blue is just not that big, strong color. Looks like, it's a nice dark and everything, but I'm going to keep this one just on the blue side, that a little bit more on the red side. Just should work. And I might end up doing a in between it if I have to, but I think this blue here is also, you're going to find it in the nose. You're going to find the eyes. These two colors you'll find in the nose and the eyes too. Okay, the next two colors. I need a little bit of coolness too to this thing. So I'm going to go back and do this one too. Phthalo green and alizarin. Yeah, my phthalo green and alizarin. That's just, I gotta have it. You gotta have it. It's got to be on the palette. There we go. And I'm going to do blue and phthalo green, or blue. No. Sorry. Blue and alizarin. I see these guys back in here, and I know that is blue and could be a blue and alizarin. And if it's not, it's going to be phthalo green and alizarin. And this is going to work no matter where I put it, so it's might as well make it up. So a little bit of alizarin in this one, and you can see it just took over that blue just like that. That kicked the snot out of that blue. So I'm going to leave this one on the blue side. We're heavily on the blue side too, because I'm also looking at these highlights in here, and I know that that blue, you're going to be in this beautiful blue I can get out of this color. Could be right there. Could be really fun to put in this guy. So looking for colors ready. So that was my dark colors for the painting. And so really all I got to do now is come up with the yellow oranges, and yeah, and some greens. A lot of these colors up here, I'm going to take and add, I'm going to break them down with some white, but then I'm going to take and add a few yellows to them. I think that's going to be kind of neat. Should work out. So first few colors here we're going to be going with. I'm going to go transparent oxide and yellow. I know this makes a really gorgeous gold. Or this is burnt sienna, even burnt sienna in this color. You don't have transparent oxide. If you have burnt sienna, that will, nail this color. See? Except for I probably just made the same color here. I just didn't add a lot of yellow to it. I'm going to push these guys together and keep one pile and then make this one darker. Or on the oxide side. Okay, we're going to leave that there. You can see that yellow just still lighten it up nicely. But I can get that into these ears and into these areas. Just a touch of green maybe into those areas, things. That's all I'm going to need. I got some other oranges I got to have in here just to have them. I'm going to try a alizarin. So I'm going to put out 2 alizarins, one big pile, one little pile. And then I'm going to go cat orange. So this one will be cat orange and alizarin. And I'm just trying this color. I'm not even sure if it's going to work, but I'm just got to experiment. I'm just throwing this color out here because I wanted to see if it made an orange that could end up in this painting. I'm going to go a little more alizarin. And I think I'm going to stay there. Okay. Then I'm going to go another orange here. I'm going to go with light oxide. And I have ochre. I'm going to do this too. I'm proud of another one. I'm going to go with ochre, try ochre first. Shouldn't do much. I mean, it might just kind of muddy up. But it's kind of a natural color. As you can see, ochre is so weak. Did not do much to that color. So that'll be on the red side. Maybe this will be on the ochre side. There we go. There we go. That'll be on there. That's definitely can be in here and find its way. But what I was thinking about Um, I was trying to get something in for some of these reddish things back in here. So I'm going to go with yellow. Let me try this yellow and oxide, light oxide here. Looks just like ochre. Come on. Here we go. Thinking I can might be able to get it into some of these trees back in here. You know, little spots. Look at that. That's a caramel color. So it's always good to know. I mean, yeah, this is caramel colored. I mean, I can get it a few other ways, but I was just looking. Maybe now I'll just go to the yellow side of that too. And this will be it. That's the yellow side, which is not close to what I wanted. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of the other one to it just to take it off the yellow side. And now I'm a lot closer to what I want. At least what I was thinking. Okay. All right. Now I would just take these colors. Some of these colors are going to be really good. Well, none of them are going to be really good this dark. I was thinking, but then I can look at it. No, this is a mid-tone painting. We've got basically all you're going to get out of these darks up here are a few nose colors and eye colors, maybe hoofs, you know. So, but it's going to also we're going to get a lot of nice transparencies that are going to be good in the base of this cow. You know, out of those darks. So let's see what we get here on these guys. Split them. Split your piles. Then we're going to add white. Going to take them up to probably the midtones of this guy is probably in the sevens, right? Yeah. Let's go 7. So we're going to add enough white to some of these, make them 7. Some of these young ones with yellow in them and orange probably are already closer to that color. So we'll probably take those guys up to 5s or 4s, depending on how bright they are already. But adding this enough white to make them a 7. That's going to give us a lot of play from this dark to this midtone. Still just a little dark. Okay, well, what happened here? This is phthalo green and oxide red. This is like a perfect gray, right? That's a perfect warm gray. It's all over this beast in that color. But I'm going to split my pile. So I'm going to save some of this warm gray here because it's a good mix right down the middle. But I need it just to go on the red side. So I'm going to bring a little more red coming into this side, a little more light oxide into this. There we go. So I can really see it. So that can get in here a little bit. Let me see how that looks. Whoa, it's really, boy, that could one little bit more of that red into it. And this would be like the home value color for this in here almost. Wow. Really good, really good. It's always good to find those colors right off the bat. This is the green side. I want to take it to the same value. Nice. That's really going to be pretty good in there. Yeah, you can see it on the back on this left shoulder, this color. A little bit hanging there. There we go. I'm going to leave that there. Might even just push the green in it just a touch more even. Okay, the next one is blue and light oxide, red. Like I said, same value. We want to take this to a 7. And that looks light. That's a really close red. It's just a little light. There you go. Darkened up. Plenty of color. Now the red side. Look at that gray. This gray, man, that's beautiful. Red gray. It's kind of a purple now, purple gray. Now look at that back there. It's going to go all the way back in here. So it's almost the right value right now. Might have to go just a couple, just a step lighter. I'm going to take it lighter anyway. We'll see how it goes. That's beautiful back there. I didn't. Okay. Now we're going with the phthalo green and alizarin, green side. And the red side, the purple side, I figured was going to be a little bit better for this painting than that one. Blue purple side is right here. Again, might come up front. Might come up front, a little forward. Okay. And then the next one, alizarin and blue. As you can see, I didn't even clean my knife on this one. I'm just going. I knew this alizarin was going to be going probably a little sweet, literally way pretty heavy quickly. So even having just a little bit of the grainness of that purple in there will be nice. And then here we go. Here's the blue I was looking for. This is one of the reasons I love this cobalt blue hue, because it makes this color. And that color, I kind of see a lot of in things. You put it in the eyeball. Definitely put it in this eyeball here. You put it in that eyeball, and that'd be cool. That'd be cool. So I always look for things that are going to be cool. That I think would be cool. These two, I'm going to push these two together and do a mid-tone of these two, so I get a regular purple, little blue purple here. There we go. Because I think maybe that might be really close to what I need there, but that's probably it. Sometimes, just to gray it out. I was thinking also for some things up here. Okay. Let's see the lighter yellows, see what we get here. These guys were probably going to say take them down about a 5. Let me see what this one, right about there, looks good. I think I can get that in this area here, or back in here. Yeah. It's right around 5. And the yellow one, yeah. That starts to get me into all this other stuff. And I'm going to make just a hair bigger pile of it because I like it. That was oh, what was that? Transparent oxide, yellow. Okay. This was alizarin and orange. This was kind of more of just a goof kind of color. To see what would happen if I could get some of these kind of colors for this up here, could fit in up here, or fit back in here. This is on the orange side right here. And that's on the red side. The red side definitely needs just a touch more white. I might be able to get that in. Might find it on its back. You might find it. What this color will do, it'll be a nice color to come in with at the end when you're looking to pop these legs, front of these legs out, these areas here. That color could definitely go in right in the middle and be the highlight color, and will should work really well. That being said, this color could be it too, because the way this oxide red and ochre. Ooh, nice. So we've got plenty of colors. We just need to get a few lighter ones now for the background and for the sky. That sky, I didn't do it, but it's going to be a little phthalo and a little blue and probably just a touch of red into it at the bottom. Looking for these yellow lines, these stripes. These things, just as you can see, I put that there. It almost works. Just needs a touch of red. So probably just went just a hair too far with it. Yellow. And then we're going to leave it there. That's deadened. Then I can use these three colors. We'll probably do here. I might have to lighten these guys up value wise, but to find them, you can see how they'll fit in the head pretty nicely. But these three colors here definitely will fill in these areas here. Some of the cools at the same values will be good too. What I need to do is add just a little bit more white to my bag here. I'm bringing out of white. Did not put enough out. Um, yeah, I need to get that sky, that real rich blue up here. I get that. I can find it in little spots in the sky too. That would be fun. So we're gonna go down here and mix it down here. Back blue and phthalo. One on the phthalo side, one on the blue side. Phthalo side will probably end up usually comes forward a little bit. That was a lot of phthalo. That was a lot of phthalo. I'm gonna just put some more blue in it and then add some white. I'm gonna hedge my bet and put half that over here. I'm thinking that's gonna be a little strong. I don't need that much. I just need to do this. This color is probably gonna do it anyway, but it's always good to have the green. So how's everybody doing with that falling back an hour here? So we're starting really at about 8 o'clock instead of our regular time. You guys tired too? Right? Everybody's kind of figure this portion of the class, you guys probably falling asleep on me again. See, gotta lighten these guys up. One little more step and that'll be it. I'm just gonna do a piece of that. I want to keep it a little darker at the roof. And we'll go from there. And just these colors too will be. I'm gonna probably force feed them into some of these colors too a little bit as we get going. The greens and stuff, I think I got them right here. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty good with some of these colors back in here. I'm going to try and make them work. Got a lot of yellows that are probably just naturally lighting them up anyway. So that's what I'm going to go with to war with, and then we'll see how we do. Okay, colors again. I'll go through them again. We start off with phthalo green and light oxide red, which is this warm red down here, but you could be Venetian or Terra Rosa too. It's that kind of intermixed color. We brought it down to about a 7. We came down, it was very right down the middle gray. So I added more red to that one, and that one's on the green side. This is blue and light oxide red. Coming down on the blue side to 7 and on the red side to 7. Here we went phthalo green and alizarin, cooler red, and brought that in. Got a nice purple out of it. Whoops, got a purple over here and the phthalo green side. Then we did blue and alizarin, and we got this kind of really sweeter purple and this real kind of rich blue out of it. And I mixed a piece of these two together to get this kind of just a regular purple out of it. Then we're down in here, I did transparent oxide and yellow together, oxide side, yellow side, bringing them down with white to about a, I don't know, that's like 4. Yeah, 4. And then I did oxide red. No, I did alizarin and orange for these next ones. And I figured those guys are going to get in here. I could have some fun in here. And then I did oxide red light, or light oxide red with ochre. This one has more ochre. This has less ochre. And come down there, turn out pretty cool color. I can use that. And then I just did oxide red and a strong yellow, and came up with these guys, which is good. I mean, it looks a lot like, not too like this, but it's a little bit warmer. These have a little more red in them. The sky, we just went with phthalo green and blue side, green side, a lot of white. Probably could see it probably go up one more big step. Got a little bit of red into it from probably what diluted from the white, but that's okay. But that'll get me up there. And that'll be it. I think that's it. I'm gonna probably tone my canvas with something like I might go with I think I can get a warm in here. I'm gonna go transparent oxide. I'm gonna go with that for toning my canvas. So, any questions? Oh, you guys are so brilliant. You guys don't even need to ask questions. Impressive. Very impressive. Clean my hands, clean hands. Get a photo back up. I'll be good enough to work with. Camera's rolling. Okay. You guys are ready already, huh? I'll bring it in as close as I can. That's a, can't go much farther than this. I can't even get in here. So back. All right. That guy down just there. Yeah. So he's in the photo. All right. Like I said, uh, gonna be a small painting, so a lot of my strokes probably won't even show up till I bring it closer in. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Again, painting with safflower oil. Transparent oxide. As you can see, boy, that color. Definitely. I didn't even mix anything. I didn't even do a blue. I should have probably done a well, should. Never mind. I was thinking of going to myself, going, I probably should have done a blue and oxide. If I do, I'll let you know. Just needed. Okay. I'm going to push this into the canvas a little bit. First streaks here. And that's the thing about these. Definitely want to hit the angles of these shadows and stuff. You want to maybe even take them a little more angularly. No, it just creates a little more energy in the painting. This one back here is okay. I don't mind this one, the small one, but maybe this one comes in just a little stronger. Yeah. And right here, these are. I was thinking about being the trees and things. Um, I'm just going to put a slight tone in here. I don't want. I just want to get rid of the white. Now I get the drawing back. I got that. I'm not gonna. Sky, I can do that. I don't need that. So I'm gonna wipe out the lights a little bit. Where are they gonna go? That cow goes slightly off center. You know, we know his head comes above this area here by about this much. Oh. And the more I look at this cow's head, the more of this little cap. There's like a little cap right here. It's almost like a little uh, uh, on top of his head. It's really warm. It's really uh, orangey. It just fits right there. It's like a vampire hat or cat. Comes down to a point here. But that also helps. You know, helps you with the drawing of these things. Everything comes off to the sides. Nose just a slightly bit wider than the base of as the width of the nose coming down. It's just a little bit. I mean, what is that? That's oh well. It's not the brows there. Oh, just having trouble today. Go on. We're just talking about the nose. It's the lip. Okay. Now, if everything's drawn sort of right here, if everything's right here, the spots that come out of the ears and come down here around the face should be okay. Looks like it's one one head here to another head. Let's see, it's about one head, then to its base, to its chest area there. That's another basically a head length. That's all I got to do is keep it from going too far out this way. So this one comes in just a little bit. Okay. Gonna go right there with the leg here. Gonna come down in here. And then the same here, just a little bit farther, but not by much. Back leg. Let me finish up right about there. Get this shoulder here. Kind of lost everything here. Just everything starts to dribble on me now. Just gonna clean it up a little bit. Like just a touch of oil kind of running here. So just want to catch it a little bit before I can don't get lost. All right. I wish I could get in front of it, but my camera is really as close as it can get. Hopefully it's you know, focusing and everything for you. But I'm going by how things are meeting, how uh, these lines kind of come if they fall in the right spots and things like that. I feel like I pretty good. Feels like it might be just a little wide, and if it is, it's just got to thin out everything on this side. I think just a little bit more, just because that line was not long enough. Put in just light tones, just a little bit big.
Mr. James,
Yes, ma'am.
what is the brand of your brush that's in your hand?
This big one,
Yes, sir.
it is a Royal Langnickel Jumbo um,
A
Crafter's
royal what? I'm sorry.
Royal, yeah, Royal Langnickel's Crafter's Choice Jumbo brush.
Craft
I'll
Pro.
send I'll send out a link.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, it's it's a nice brush because of it can do all the full thing, but it can also just gives me a little line I can make, and I can draw with it pretty easily. So it's a good all-purpose brush, and it's not expensive. So it's like okay, I think yeah, just this. Yeah. Okay. Well, I am drawing at an angle, so we're gonna leave it there, and I'll fix the drawings in the next part. Okay. Let's get painting. Now, like I said, most of these dark colors, I'm gonna paint dark to light. And we're going to start off with these phthalo greens and alizarin, or phthalo green, sorry, phthalo green and light oxide red. I'm going to start with the green side. And because I want to put it down here. I know it's going to go down in here. Down in when I paint down in grasses and things like this, I don't I want to mess. I want to make it feel like a lot of grasses. So there's a lot of transparency of brush strokes here going on. Um, so I'm gonna do that. Just get a few that goes in a few different directions and let them live. And start to get a little bit of darkness in behind these guys right away. This color is also going to go in here, in this guy. But this, like you see, since this is not full strength, this is pretty thin. I'm using the oil like put on here, in to help speed this painting along. So, okay, I'm gonna leave that there. Now I'm gonna go in and start building his body up a little bit, make him a little Arnold Schwarzenegger cow here. Start working on its muscles. Working on these shoulder muscles here and into his throat. Definitely awesome. I can see the green in this on this one side coming down, and I can see it changing as it kind of comes in the middle here to a little warmer. So I'll be just switching off to the red side. As it comes up a little bit, but over here on the shadow side, whoops. A little dark. I want to just get to the square part of his nose here. And to get that, feeling of three-dimensionality in this guy too, making sure that, your shadows change as they come over something, that there is a gap between this one and this one. This one goes up a little higher. So if that will help, you know, help, give it some realness to it. And then, matching it up back over here on this side a little bit. Also understanding what it's going around, it's, that's, the shadows is, bending around something. It really helps, dictate the form underneath. Okay. Go. Where else? Set back in here too a little bit. Now I'm going to kind of, whatever I have left on my brush, it's not a whole lot. I'm just going to throw it back into this back back shadow here, this little triangle shadow here, long skinny triangle. I'm going to throw it also. I'm going to just go a little bit more into it. And right here on this tree here, there's this yellow tree that's going to be underneath here. Going to get a little of that green right at the bottom of the base of that tree starting to come out of. All right, let's go to the red side. I see that red side because I want to, right here, I want to get the red side in this bottom of this, into this yellow tree back in here, right there. I want to get that in there and coming down right into there because it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. So this is the red side. I'm going to bring it into this shape here a little bit closer there. Usually on the front edge of a shape like that, if you get the warmth on the front edge and it cools off into the back edge, that will help flatten it out. So this is just by going a little the oxide red, light oxide red part of it in the front here. It just really will make it. This one, yeah, this one is going to go a little more red all the way around, but it goes a lot orangier too down in here. So that red will just still bring things forward. See, I'm making all my grasses just that simple. Just a little. Letting them live. Ooh. Last stage on this brush too. This brush is not going to make it. As you can see right in here, it's leaving hairs behind. Telling me its days are numbered. Well, we'll use it as long as we can.
James, when you get hairs in your painting, what's the best way to get them out?
Uh, quickly, fingers. You don't have to go anything like tweezers. Matt, your palette knife will be always a good solution to grab that and just scratch it. Pick it out.
Okay, I was just
Yeah.
wondering.
It depends on the stage of the painting. At this stage,
Yeah,
you'll never know.
I hate
And,
it when you find one and you're painting, you're ready to varnish it.
Oh yeah, that's I have so many dog hairs in my paintings.
Do you
And
take them out or you just?
and sometimes there's nothing you can do because
Yeah.
every time you take it out, it seems like it damages the painting.
Yeah.
You create a hole, and you got to go back and paint. You go, oh shit! So you just go, I'm just gonna leave them now, and charge them more for it.
Yeah, it adds to the authenticity.
Yes, so they got to pay for that privilege of having a dog hair.
Back.
Yeah, for my dog. There you go.
Like a second signature.
Yeah. See, I am also putting certain putting some of this into this cow's face, this oxide red. Definitely, you might even probably. God, if I just pushed a touch more red into that, just a touch more red, here and there, just to get some more wimp, just a little not jumping enough. As you can see right there, I put it in here, and it's just a little. When I took the green out of it a little bit, so it's very transparent yet. Just looking in these muscles, looking for a little warmth. Usually you can find it more in the creases, like right around this neck where the neck comes out right in here. Where it comes down into a little triangle here. Just in the middle of that, the darkness and stuff, there's just a little bit of red warmth in that. And that's all it is. Fun. Okay. Just getting these things in. I'm going to put some in the ears too, just to get these ears going. As you can tell, a little more red in up here, but I'm not going to do too much because I'll probably wipe half of it out when I put the sky in, which should have told me not to do that. Yeah, should have held out. Eyes are on the outside of this guy's head too. They're really looking way out. Getting that. These guys to be sort of even. So, okay, good enough for now. Just thinking about later on now about this tree and stuff. Just I do want it to be kind of a mess. So this color too, I definitely think it could definitely be that. Little things in the background, value wise, could be right there ready. That might, that's the right color, probably with the white in it, probably be the right color. Okay, so those two colors are done. I'm going to go down now. This is the blue version of it, of those of oxide red and light oxide red and blue. We did the green version. Now we're doing the blue version. It's a little bit, strokey. I'm just in the mid sections of this, of these grass. This grass is right in here.
Jim, which pile did you pull from?
This is blue and light oxide red.
On the red side.
Blue side.
Oh, blue side. Wonderful.
This is blue side. Are you really watching me that close? You really, wow. So I'm just where I'm placing it into, just really right into the shadow areas. Bring it down a little bit because I want some of the red side's going to come in next to this thing. This is the blue side. And like I said, back in here, this back one, it's going to be a little heavier in that on the blue than it was on the green. So that's as heavy as I go there. But back in here, this will look a lot lighter. Give me some tone, some depth in the painting. Well, it's going to feel like there's depth. Okay. There we go. Just going to run it a little bit as we come in front here a little bit. Pull these guys together. That should be good. One little teeny spot there that gets, this is kind of a massive little area. Oh well. All right. So now I'm going to go to the red side. Let's see where that comes in. Should come in almost exactly the way the green worked. Where you got a little more red in the front areas. Even though I did purple blue here, I'm going to come back and go a little bit farther with a little bit on the red side. Because then I got a bunch of reddish oranges coming in here at the very bottom, grasses and things. So just getting that done. That's, that's the build right there. Now I'll just do light versions of everything again. Before I do that, I'm just gonna want my brush. Okay. Now I'm on to phthalo green and and alizarin. Definitely want to get a little bit. I can see alizarin into the front edge of this guy, so I'm going to go to the red side first, and just touch of oil, and just start to just a little dark. That's all. I'm looking at these little way these front shadows come in, or not. They're not shadows, but the markings are dirt on on his elbows, knees here coming in. Trying to get those little things off center like they are. And again, it's not full strength, so it's got to have some fun when the colors really do mix in. They should do pretty good. So getting it started into that's his legs right here. So just getting these this undercolors started sometimes takes a little while of it. But after you get these guys in, the other colors will just fly. They're just gonna find their spot a lot easier, and they're gonna have some real nice changes and interesting things going on. You don't have to always do all the colors either, too, because a lot of times I'm gonna run out, be done like halfway through the stuff. I just like, yeah, that's good enough. I mean, as long as the value's right, I don't have to have uh, everything else in there perfect. Okay. I'm gonna start to even just lighten it up for the highlights coming in into these areas. Start helping me with my drawing out a little bit. Okay. Whites that out a little bit. Green side. Hmm. Green side again, almost in the same thing. Okay. I'm gonna go to alizarin and blue. I mean, that should have been on the blue side, I think. Not a whole lot to do here. Uh, I'm gonna be done with that, I think. I mean, if you want to use this blue now for his eye, it probably won't do much. It might not stand out anyway. No, I didn't even put in the nostrils. I have no idea. Kind of speeding along here. Kind of like, whoops. Guess I could have put those I should have put the mouth in. We'll go there for now, and I'll fix it. Fix it later. Maybe the hoof here, just a little darkness in that hoof, probably on the red side, on the outsides of that split. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm just going to clean this out real quick. I'm going to put the sky in now with this brush because I just want to get put it away. I'm done with this brush pretty much. And so I'm just going to clean it out a little bit and jump into the sky. It's just a little dark, so I'm going to start with the dark part of the sky, which isn't much. It's just up here a little bit. Just an edge, and I'm going to come back in with the lighter stuff. So just a little bit darker on this back edge here than it is on that side. That side is a little lighter. Again, wipe it out. Then jump down here. I'm going to go a little more phthalo green. I'm going to go here. A lot more phthalo greenish than the blue. As I'm looking at it, and when I put that blue up here, I could really tell that, yeah, that should have been probably a little more. I don't know. My knife was right. It said, pulled out more phthalo green and everything. So have fun up here too, because it can be a little boring. I'm going to go to the light version of it. As we come down in here and just work that up a little bit into this. I love the pinks. God, I did not do the. We have them. We have them. I just probably didn't take the light, put enough light into some of these orange, that orange and alizarin. Yeah, you take that with some white, enough white into it, and it's going to be probably the right color. This just needs to go a lot lighter, probably a lot lighter than this. Anyway, I'm just going to put white on my brush now and mix it in with what I have in my brush. I need some really lighter values right here at the bottom. Well, we're going to leave that there. Try to get his light. Could go a lot lighter. Let me use I got a little bit of blue on my brush yet from that, or blue green. I'm going to mix up. This is the orange and alizarin together. This is on the orange side. I'm just going to put a piece of that into that phthalo green and blue mix. Just a little bit more white maybe showing through. Add it to it. See if that works. Might have to go, might go. That looks about right. It's just too dark though. Really high key. Let's see if it gets a little high up there. That will get, this is going to get 3/4 of those clouds. So this color was when you have to come back to it. So it's right here at the base and stuff. It is cad orange and alizarin mix. Remember the one I kept saying, I don't know what I'm mixing this up for. And then there you go. I think that's about right. And then just white and just a little phthalo green mixed in from leftover. I'm just going to add just a little more orange to it as I go. Just touch it in there. I'm not going to do much more than that, what it just did. On the bottom, the same thing. Just coming around the cow a little bit up here. Some of the colors are really good about, mixing right. So that's really, really close to what I should be doing. Maybe just even a touch more orange into it. Some places like that. Oh, see, when you add too much, boy, it just looks right on the palette. There, it just pops out too much. Okay. So I'm going to get it in here to his head and like that so I can get around these areas and say they're sort of done. And then I'm going to work that purple while I'm here, and everything else is I got this one brush that's working out really well. Did work out really well. Just needs to be a little more warmth. Just a touch of yellow added to that color. So I'm going to just take a yellow from the one next to it, this oxide red, and yellow mix. Transparent oxide red, and just a lot of white. And that's going to be the top part of these guys. I want it to be a little loose, so I'm not really going too tight on it. So I'm going to wipe my brush and get to the purple. Let me put this purple in. This purple might be way too dark. And it goes right here underneath this guy. And this is at 7. And I could say, yeah, it should be more around 6. I was hoping that it would touch it. I was going to touch it in place just a hair more. So let me just push that back. Yeah. And then just be a little bit more white.
Which purple did you use, Jim?
Alizarin and blue. This is pretty much straight down. That's more on the blue side than the alizarin side,
Okay, thank you.
but it's not like too blue yet. It's so. And I'm just going to run that at the bottom of the shadows. And now that I have purple on my brush, I can paint anything I want back in here. You know, put a few little nuggies back in here. Clouds. Okay. And I can start to see, yeah, that could have been, yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. I can live with that. Really make the yellows pop up back in here a little bit more too. Big brush. I'm just going to come down and paint the back up to the cow, and then we'll spend the rest of the time on the cow. So we're going to paint that purple line of trees at the very back. That's on the blue side. I'm thinking this is alizarin and blue, and this is on the blue, mostly blue. But I'm thinking maybe we have it at 7. I'm dropping it down to probably a 5. And yeah, even at a 5, it's too dark. So it might be 4s. Let me see this now. Yeah, that's better. You know, light it, keep it light. Paint this whole little area back here behind the yellow tree a little bit. Well, not everywhere, but I'm just gonna get around it. And the same over here. Just gonna. That's about it for this color, really. I mean, this color is really. Look and see. I mean, yeah, the rest of it would probably be in the in this guy. Um, There'll be a lot of finger work too, a little bit. Okay. Yeah, this phthalo green back in here. This that is really very light. A lot of white. That's probably almost too light, but it's at close to 1, which I said we weren't going to paint. So I didn't think we'd need it, but just for those one little spot, kind of gives the lights up the whole painting. So I'm kind of just putting it in. Okay. All right, I'm going to be done with that big brush. That's what I wanted to be do. Get rid of that big brush and go to a bristle brush. Now I can paint everything else, and I can paint all the background in with the bristle brush and move along pretty quickly. I'm going to just concentrate on some of the yellow areas first. The yellower areas. I'm going to start off with this tree here, this bright yellow tree. I think it's going to be burnt. This last color I made up was light oxide red and yellow. I'm going to start with the gold, like I said, it's a caramel kind of color, really rich caramel color. I'm going to start with that one underneath this tree here, behind here. I wanted to get that first stroke of pure color in these, into the top of the tree, the big areas. Okay, I know it goes there. That's good. That's pretty nice. Now it's just barely, I can do with what I have here is really kind of neat. I love these little marks in here already, the transparencies. So if I can not uh, touch them too much, I would like to just barely add some of this color in around it without messing it up too much. I'm going to use this color, just a little darker version of it. Yeah, for this other tree here. And I'm just pushing the color in. I'm not like doing a lot of blending. Just like just scratching it in. And then up here, I'm going to touch the brush in to do the top areas. Okay. There's a few spots over here on this guy on the back sides over here. Get that in. Can also start to get a little bit of this. See it right here coming in the dark right there on both sides, inside it and around it. No. Yes, a little too strong there. Maybe closer here. Okay, I'm going to switch over to this one. This is the ochre one. I did the ochre and I did light oxide red in the ochre. And that's what this one is. This is the ochre. This is the oxide red side coming through with kind of a little red. And I can start to get the bigger areas of the grass and, forget about that. Forget about the cow. Who wants to paint the cow? I'm just going to paint the red in first. Now I'm just going through my colors. It's just one of those things. It just, this is it with just a touch of white in it too. It almost gets really close. And look at that transparency that's happening here. It's doing all the work. I'm not overstroking it. And I can do that just because I know I mix my colors. So there's just a little bit of white in it coming through this light area here. And that's what I'm going to use for pretty much here. And that's going to be it. And then we're going back there to the back end. It should be good. Get that on my brush a little bit. I'm gonna go with the yellow. Let me see how yellow this is. This tree here. I might have to go just a little white into that color. Just almost. Be good. And I can just, basically scrape in the bark or the trees with it that are there, and, that'll be it. I'm gonna look at the white the lighter version, whiter version. I'm just looking at this right here too. Just a hair too light. Too much white. Just a hair too much white. So I'm just gonna steal some of the color from above. Yeah, that's perfect. So this yellow white back in here, probably gonna tone it back down. I'm gonna have to probably run the red through it again because it's just a little sort of a little bright. But here up to about here, this halfway point, that's a yellow and light oxide red, mostly yellow though. I'm going to go to the red side of that. Same value, pretty high key. I'm thinking that's going to be right back in here. It's going to do everything back in this land area here. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe just a touch more red for this area all the way back in here. Okay. Might have to go just in a few spots here, just a touch lighter, but not by much. And windblown light didn't come up. That's really good. That's good. Um, so I'm just gonna run some oxide, transparent oxide. This is transparent oxide with yellow in it. And I'm using that right here close. And then I'm gonna come in. It's just a little hard to paint on this guy. There's not a whole lot of room here. No, just painting this stuff on the outside. I know this is pretty good. This will work. But I'll be jumping in pretty soon. Just got to get some greens now. Let me see if these greens work. I'm just going to use this phthalo green. Yeah, it's just, that's not gonna work. That one's not gonna work. Gotta be the same value as that purple. So I'm gonna take first color we did was phthalo green and light oxide red. So I'm gonna take that green side of that and just add a little bit more white to it. And just add a little yellow on my brush yet from leftover. But if I can, yeah, see, even that's too. Okay, just a touch more white. So all those midtones we made up didn't need many of them because we haven't painted much on the horse on the guy yet, but there we go. Just a little lighter, just a touch more. I'm just gonna touch these browns here a little bit and use those back in here at the edge here with my brush because that's all they are. Is just the same kind of tree, just touched up lightly back in here. I'll be okay. All right. And I'll just start working on our beast here. We're going to work in the shadows and then move on up. And hopefully I can use the highlights. The highlights are going to come in through here. Midtones. So I'm going to start again. Oxide, light oxide red and phthalo green, our first color we mixed. And start to see where it can be built up. A little heavier right here in the leg here. Into the bottom here. Yeah, let's go this side too. It's a little bit too far. You can start to see the color it is. Sometimes it reflects. When you start putting the colors in, you can start to see really what that color is. Sometimes it just looks so different on your palette. Because this feels more purple. Has a little more feeling of purple to it than I was thinking. Almost blue gray there. Does not have that in the palette. So this is on the pretty much a basically right down the middle color. Uh, didn't use the green side. Here's the green side. I don't really, yeah. Well, it might come in back in here on this back leg here. Keep, keep hitting that one spot there. Sorry, just trying to figure out these legs. I kind of at an angle here. Kind of playing with the negative space and I'm trying to figure out where one leg is and stuff. So I just kind of get in front of it and figure that part out. I'm gonna have to switch to a slightly smaller brush and start working a little bit more in the light area up here. Gonna keep it kind of dark back and down underneath anyway. Um, let's see. I'm gonna say it's kind of a cool, body down in here. It has a lot of some red, but I mean, I'm just thinking it's a kind of a coolish red. So it'd be the oxide side, and this is ochre, and that. Just looking at a few spots here on the outsides of these legs, and I said she probably might find this really, kind of heavy in this one leg here underneath here. Yeah, I could be pretty close to it. Okay, I feel better now. I just missing a couple strokes here, spaces. Okay, so I'm gonna use that on the bottom section, maybe probably bottom half back in here. Anything like underneath from the mouth on down for the shadow areas. And then as I come up, I'll be going to this cat orange and alizarin mix with some white in it on the orange side. That's where I'm kind of finding right in here. Just these little fiery spots right at the highlight areas, right where the lights final touching right in here. Just on this one side, maybe a little bit into these little muscles right there. Just a little more warmth right in there, but it goes really well with the other color we have in here. So yeah, this will probably go right in its forehead too. I'm gonna cheat it a little bit more on the red side, right in here. You know, just gonna cheat it with a little bit orange, more orange without white. And just and then we'll come back. I'm gonna get this head skull cap here a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, a little bit of the eye there. Bring that lightness back down a little bit. All right. Gonna get that couple of these dark marks back in, a little bit darker ones. Maybe go the oxide, transparent oxide and yellow mark. My eyes might be low. They might be should probably come up a little higher. Should probably be up here. Yeah. We'll get those. Just gonna. This is some of the cloud color we use back in here. And just around the nose here coming out, its snout coming out. A little bit of that for the lights going all the way around it almost really. Might be just a hair light. That could have had just a touch more color in it. Usually don't find that out till you get this last part done and you go, feels a little light, a little white. So that eyeball's got to go up. Makes this one go up too. That feels better already. Gonna go with just, I think, try some of this yellow white. Just too much white, not enough yellow. This is light oxide red with white or with yellow. And basically I'm just pushing some more yellow into it, a piece of it down here at the end. Not bad. That's well, it's a good first color in here. Then I'm just going to go back here and take some of the orange and add that to my brush here too. This is basically the should tone it down into what I need right in here. So this color is alizarin and orange together with a lot of orange. And I got this color by adding yellow and white together for the face. And now just brought whatever I had left in my brush over into that pile just to lighten up uh, and warm up some of that orange I had there. Just need to be a little bit orangey right there. I'm gonna go with a little synthetic now. Come back and put that eye back in. Put it up basically one space higher. Right there, but Just a little wide. Sorry. Need a little bit smaller brush to do these things. And it should be in front of it. Oh well. I'm just gonna get the highlights, or not the lighter spots underneath his eyes, and use those to basically define the eyes. Basically, I'm using the colors from up here again. Maybe just a touch more white to them. Not by much. Just say yellow. I'm going to go back now with some orange and alizarin mix here. Just get its eyebrow back in. Oh well. It's hard to tell right now. I got to get in front of it. I can't do this detail work and that without being in front of it. His nose a little bit, and just a touch more work on the nose, and kind of, a little bit of warmth right on the bottom. I mean, it's kind of it's a just a warm purple. So it means it has a warm red, right in here at the bottom, coming up into the middle. Clean my brush, and I'll just put in his nostrils real quick. Now this is just a cad red and white. And I just needed a little bit of this. Some highlights. And then I'll just put in a little lighter value here for its back, and that'll be pretty good. Yellow, white, probably. Almost this cheekbone here. Yellow, white. Okay, definitely too much white, but just push it back down to this is going to be pretty good, right about the right color when it gets down here. Now I'm just putting in the purple I was talking about putting in. Yeah, I might have put up the eyes too high now. Yeah, definitely white. Let me see the sky. I'm going to put the sky into these highlights. See, this is based just a little bit more on the blue side than the green side, probably. Definitely going to get in front of it to kind of see what I'm doing here. So you just put a couple more in around the mouth. So yeah, this is more on the blue than I was thinking it was going to be that uh, purple back in here. This thing, it really is more, even more blue, almost, almost sky color. Yeah, this goes right into here. I should be good right there. Anyway, we'll get them in there. like I said, gotta get in front of it just to get everything right and stretch it. I'll bring you in and say, well, make it work. A lot of little figuring out this drawing in a little bit more. I got to be in front of it. I just kind of placed them in there so you can start to see what, the color combinations of when you get this blues against these warm yellows and reds and pinks. They start to glow. And that's what I kind of saw in this painting. And I wanted to, work on it, and I thought it would be kind of fun to paint. So, well, we got a block in. It's a block in. Definitely need major drawing problems, but we'll get to it. We'll get it right. I can see really even from here, reversing it out, I can see my underneath that guy's really too light. So that's my problem. So let's see what you guys did. We got Char, Lisa, Cheryl, and Kathleen still here. So let's see what you guys worked on. Let's see. Here's Kathleen.
Let me turn this light off because it usually gets so bright.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that's
Got my finger over it again. It needs a lot.
hey, look at that.
I don't know. He's too fat, for one thing.
You'd be surprised. Yeah, sometimes you just a little bit too round, and
Yeah.
maybe, and that it's maybe not even that much. It's more probably just a sliver really up top. I think you take that off. Coming down, I think it's where you have that blue on his back. I think that's that line then right there is probably too far. It should be on, that should be the inside mark of his body. Should be right where the blue starts, I think.
Okay.
That's what I would think. Otherwise, yeah.
Well, the color needs a lot.
You're having fun. You're mooshing it around.
Yeah.
You got the sky's good and clean. You got some nice things happening back there. And you got the trees in, some of the trees in. You got to just, basically put the bark on the trees, and you got the back down there, back done. Yeah, it's just lightening up the front area here,
Yeah,
and getting
that green.
yeah, and getting yeah. You're just getting to the parts where that are going to make him look better, right?
I hope so.
You were no, I think the darks you have in there are right. I think it's the light when you finish putting the light in to his face
work.
and on his back a little stronger. That's when it's going to be pop.
Okay. Well, I'll keep working.
I think, yeah, definitely really keep working. I think you got some really nice things going on there. So.
All right. Well, thanks.
No, you're welcome.
We'll see where it goes.
All right. Good job, really. Char, coming your way.
Okay.
Here's Char. Oh, look at this is what happens when you have fun. Really good. Okay. Can you bring it just a little closer? Okay. Yep. It's a good start. Really great. You're really they're well drawn. Good stuff going on in the back. Look at you kept it very soft in the background too, huh?
Yeah, I'm not good with grass.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm just saying, no, you're doing good. That's fun. It's more realistic. And him, he's coming along real good. Yep.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think he-
starting at his legs. I'm just now really starting on his legs, so that needs some work. But
Yeah,
and
I
then his chest.
and the
Head's
chest. Yeah.
not too bad.
No, the head. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, face
Yeah,
isn't too bad. A little
yeah,
more work, but it's getting there.
yeah. It's just a little warmer.
Straighten up his
Well,
nose just a little bit.
yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the drawing looks fabulous. It looks really, really good there. That coming along, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I mean, when you get the lights in there, I think that's when it's really gonna start to pop.
Yeah, he needs more more light up in there
Yeah,
on his back.
there,
Yeah,
and then
that
his
side. Yeah.
and then really the marks on his head. If you can put the marks in his head aggressively, put them in there perfectly and aggressive, like with some good paint, solid stroke, simply, man, that's just gonna make it's gonna jump.
I do think you're right. His forehead, if I can get a couple good brush strokes in there, that'll really, yeah, that'll do it.
He'll just jump.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Everything looks really in the right spots. Just keep going, really.
Oops.
Yeah,
Look at my face.
you saw it. You got it on both sides.
Oh well.
You're
Can't
good.
think about that.
Yeah, you can't. You should see Lisa. We're going to go to Lisa. Lisa's even worse. Let's see what
No,
Lisa
I'm way
has.
behind.
Come
I
on,
fell
Lisa.
so far behind. Hold on.
What happened, Lisa? How can you
I
be?
lost you. Hold on. Where's my camera? There it is.
What happened? Bad connection again?
No, not at all. I just fell behind. How do we do that? There
You
we go.
don't have. Oh yeah, you fell behind because
I
you
did.
because you didn't want to follow. You wanted to blaze your own trail with this one.
That's what
Wow.
happens when I go behind. I just go rogue.
You do. You are rogue. That's really nice. Look at how bright that thing is. That's cool.
I'll
Good
tone
job,
it
Samara.
down. I'll
Yeah,
tone it
yeah.
down.
He's going to tone down because you haven't gotten all the darks in yet. But you can just start to see the brightness happening. Look at that background back there. You lose greens in the sky and stuff. It look really nice. You're making it look better than it was supposed to. Okay.
It's just going to be the rainbow cow.
We'll see. Well, that's going to be tough on you. I
Animals
don't
are
think-
hard.
Animals are, and I'm always picking the ones that have a lot of color to them because
No,
it's
it's
I
good.
think it's kind of fun.
They are fun. I just have to draw. I have to draw them ahead of class.
Yeah, it's okay. That's okay. That's all right. You can always, like I said, if you have to, you can always do a digital check on it, and they'll, we can get it to work in there.
Yeah.
So, if you need to,
Thank you.
okay. Good job, though. Really, I like the colors so far and everything. I think it's
A
really
lot of them.
a lot of them. That's the thing. It seems like a lot of them, but like I said, a lot of them, they're kind of like in the just same colors all over the painting, really. But they,
Yeah, you're
So
right. You're right.
so, all right. Cheryl, did you paint? Cheryl Morrison? Cheryl, can't get your things are off. All right, we can go.
I forgot to unmute you. I'm sorry.
Oh, there you go. You did. Oh, you did paint. Congrats. Way to go. Wow. You got a lot done. Really a lot done. Congrats.
Oh, thank you.
Good block. Good solid block in. You are just getting to the point where this thing's going to just kind of take off, isn't it? I mean,
Well-
when you're getting to the light areas where you got to really start making stronger, really strong, decisive brush strokes.
Yep. It
That's-
looks muddy right now to me, but
That's the neatest thing about this guy because he looks muddy. But as soon as you put the highlights in, the blue highlights and cooler ones a little bit stronger, the muddiness kind of goes away.
okay.
Because you got the coolness. Basically, when you have mud, your mud's asking for it to be cooler. So you put a coolness in there and the mud goes away. That's
Okay.
all it's asking for. Just look for those areas, even in the grass and stuff like that. Look for a couple kind of cooler areas that you can push a green or a blue or a purple in there, and it'll just calm down.
Okay.
Really good job on your trees too. Look at that. You got like a little landscape going behind them. That's a nice little landscape painting. You know, nice.
Thank
So,
you.
so you're gonna bring in the lights and the yellows and stuff too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just checking on you. That's all. Can't let you just run away.
Okay.
Very nice though. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
It's a very good start. Don't screw it up.
Yeah, that may happen.
I know. It does happen awful very quickly. All right. Next week and this week, the end of this next week, where we will be. I'm not sure what we're going to paint. I might do it's going to be something simple. I'm not simple, but it could be just a landscape or a waterscape. Now, it'll be a landscape because we just did our herring. So something along that lines probably could be some trees and stuff like that, winter or fall tree things. Yeah, that will be it. That's the plan. Okay.
Good.
So, hey, you guys, any questions? All right, I will.
Jim, so we paint, let's see, next week today's what, the 5th? I'm trying to,
Yeah.
okay, so next week's the 12th. So do we paint the week on the Monday before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
And we paint on Thanksgiving too. We're gonna paint right through it. We're not gonna go right past it.
Well,
and we're painting on Christmas too.
oh, okay. No, I may go see the Neil Diamond movie on Christmas.
On
Songs of Blue or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Neil Diamond's life. It comes out Christmas Day. I'm kind of wanting to see that.
Oh, that might be good. Neil Diamond. You can't beat. He had so many hits. It's
Oh, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
We just saw Bruce Springsteen.
Did
Seems
you?
like
What
all
did you
the
think?
singers are getting a movie now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We saw
yeah.
David. We went and saw David Byrne.
Did you?
Talking Heads. Yeah. That's fun.
Stop Making Sense.
Yep.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
And stuff. So yeah, you see a lot of him on the YouTube going on right now. So okay, we're going on just these Mondays. I don't think the holidays affect us. So we should be okay. And if you're not, these, like you said, these things are taped and we'll get them out to you, right away. And you guys can work on them anyway, if you want. That's what's going to happen on this one. So I will finish it up and then post it and, send you guys out a link to today's class. Colors will not change pretty much throughout. I think they might be a few lighter colors going into his forehead type things, but nothing too you can't figure out. The colors we have there are pretty set for the painting. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks. Great class.
I'll go back and paint feathers now.
Gonna go drink some milk.
Yeah, me too. All right, I got
See you
a
later.
lot of Halloween candy to eat. So I'll see you guys all next week.
Good night, everybody.
Night,
Bye.
guys.
Everybody.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Jim.
Night.
Good night.